painting a sign. I am currently using the extra paint that I did from these letters because I will not be needing pretty much any more of that. I am just currently adding it to my scrap painting, which every time I have too much paint on my brush or too much paint on my palette that I don't plan on using right away, I just add it to this painting. And I usually do about one of these a month, just so I can kind of bulk it up. But as of right now, we are going to be working on that. So yeah, for the first few minutes, I'm just going to be using up some of this paint that I pre-mixed and just kind of putting it on this extra canvas. I definitely recommend this to anyone who's painting because it helps reduce paint waste and you get a cool painting at the end of basically every month. So I'm going in and just grabbing all of this, and that's my palette right now. It's the back of the actual paint container stuff. And I'm just brushing it on, and then we can move on to the next question. Not next question, the next color. So I'm going to put this back down where it was, and I will show you guys the sign so far. I started it this morning. It is for the Funkatorium, which is my vintage and antique store. I also spent a lot of the morning straightening out things, repairing things, all the like of that, but this sign is about twice as big as the previous one, and the paint is a lot better. I'm taking a lot more time with this, and hopefully I will have it screwed in tomorrow, as well as I am bringing about 50 new items into this store, which I'm super excited about. So I did like a white layer of paint, and now we're going to go in and do just different colors. And the white paint that I had was a Oops paint. It's not pure white, it's very close to it though. It was an Oops paint, and I like to get Oops paints whenever I see them because, again, I like to waste as little as possible. This wooden board was also from a very special place in Asheville. It is a moving company, and whenever they kind of get like extra pieces that are gonna just go to the trash, they let fellow raccoons like me take a look through and either buy or just take it. So that's how I got this wooden board. And I think I want to start with a purple lettering. So I'm obviously going to use a little bit of this blue, but we are going to mix in a lot of purple, and it's very hard to find the right purple. Hello, welcome. I am so glad to see you here today. Right now we are working on some purple letters. Hello, Noah, welcome. So let's get some purple on there, and I can never find a super vibrant purple acrylic. I've tried mixing my own, and I'm gonna try again today, just because that's a hard color, and I don't know how I'm supposed to. Hello, James. Oh, there's so many wonderful people here today. How is everyone doing on this beautiful Thursday? What is everyone up to? I am just making some final arrangements with my sign and stuff for my business because I usually like to go in a few times a week and add new things. I will be doing a little tour on Shorts tomorrow, and showing everybody what I brought in. I will have a lot of new stuff. I got a lot of very cool vintage clothing pieces, a lot of cool like non-clothing items. And yeah, so I'm trying to figure out where to put this purple. So we're gonna put it probably, because I think I want to do like 2 letters each. Yeah, but we're gonna do 2 letters each. So I think that I'm going to do, because I don't want it to be too similar to blue. Yeah, dude, you're gone. But what we're going to do is we're going to pick some letters. So I think I'm gonna pick this letter, this bigger K that I made, and probably the I over here, because I just kind of want to space them out. And I think with the purple, we're going to bring more of like a red purple at the top. All right, and this is a little bit thinner, and I think that's because I'm using the purples. And for some reason, the bottle purples like this are, yeah, they're thinner for some reason. And I know it's because they're like, I think they're $1 now. They used to be 50-cent paints when I did buy them. But we're gonna go in with that, and we're gonna do almost like a very blue purple at the bottom and bring it up to red. My favorite of all the paints is this big jug of, oh no. Well, that's great. All right, so now I have a spill of water, and I'm gonna clean that up, so I'll be right back. Thankfully, nothing electrical got caught in that. I'll be right back. Okay, so that's as cleaned up as I'm gonna get it right now. I will probably finish cleaning that up later, and we're gonna continue on with the purple. I definitely recommend that if you are, hello everybody. If you are doing a painting and your desk is full of different colors of paints, you definitely wanna have a closed container if you're gonna have a drink, because my water went everywhere. But we're gonna start going in with a more warm purple. And I have a good variety of brushes here. I'm trying to use a different brush for every family of colors. There we go. And just getting it on there and really kind of solidifying everything, making it look nice. And the purple's gonna take a few layers. I don't know how the orange is gonna go, and I'm planning on doing the whole thing today just because I want to actually put it into the side of my booth tomorrow. Because the weekends are really big at the booths. All right. And you want to kind of make sure that if you're doing a painting like this, that you keep it not streaky at all. Because that will, yeah, I don't know. These, not as good as you would think. Not as good as you would think at all. But I'm going to try mixing more of the phthalo blue. And I know phthalo, where is the booths? So my vintage booth is in a vintage store in Hendersonville. And this is my first month there. I'm very, oh, that's actually a really good purple. But I'm very excited. My goal this month is just to make the booth rent. And then hopefully next month I do better than that. I got one of the bigger booths in the entire place. And I'm excited about it. Yeah, that is a much better purple. I think that's what I'm gonna do from now on for the purples, is just use that blue and mix it with like a fuchsia. And I don't know if you can see, but that's a lot more vibrant. But yeah, starting a antique booth has been a wild ride. I have been kind of hoping to do this for about 5 years, but actually putting it into like an actionable plan has been something else entirely. It has been quite a bit and taken up most of my time, but I really do enjoy it. There's a lot of repair work involved and a lot of like professionally learning how to clean stuff, how to repair stuff, how to find things. Because a lot of things I put in my booth, I don't find them when they are in mint condition. I get them and then repair them. So there's that aspect of it. And there's just learning how to price things and just a lot. But I'm hoping that by next month I will have gotten the full hang of it and I will be able to just kind of get into a rhythm of it and do it easier. I think this is definitely I'm really glad I did it. I don't have any regrets at all. And I'm excited to see what happens. But I think one of the main things is people are still a little bit afraid to go into my booth because I am not finishing up painting until late August. As you guys saw in a previous live, I was doing a mural. Have a good day. Thank you for stopping by. I was doing a mural in there and I couldn't reach the ceiling. So we are going to do that probably late August. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that taking a little bit longer. So yeah, for the purples, I'm just adding more and more pink as I go up and less blue until it's basically almost all pink. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the live. We are not doing Minecraft today for once, even though I do want to do another one of those this week. I don't know when. But today we are making a sign for my antique business. And yeah, that's a good purple. Like, purple's a hard color for me, and so is some greens. Especially when you first start painting, greens can be annoying to kind of make the right shade if you want something really vibrant. Hello! And yeah. So I'm just adding this in. And I'm a little shaky mostly because I spilled like a really big amount of water on the floor. And it's about 70% cleaned up at this point. I am going to finish cleaning it up after the live, but it's enough to the point where it's not going to like damage anything or anything. So that kind of startled me, but otherwise, we're rolling, we're doing good. But yeah, I ended up repairing and pricing and putting like little tags on about 50 items this morning. And I try to put new stuff in my booth every week. That's the goal, because I want people to always have new options. Because I have seen some booths where stuff just sits there, the same stuff without any new additions for like a year. All right, so what do we think of that letter? I feel like I need to go over it with another pass eventually. But we're going to move on to... We can actually, let's see. Which one should I do? Should I do which one of these letters? I feel like... Yeah, I feel like we can probably get away with doing the I with this. So we're going to pick the I. And I am going to go over top of these. I also tonight or tomorrow have to add on little things that like kind of screw in or glue on things that allow you to hang the sign. Because I have no way to actually hang this sign up. Like I have something I can hang it on, but without like the actual thing on the back of the sign, it's not going to work. Hello, welcome. We are painting my sign today, and this is what we have so far. Hello, Jasper the Shark. That's a cool username. Yeah, so I'm just going in with the most blue purple, and I have way too much on my brush. So again, going on the extra bonus painting that I do every month. That's just like extra paint from all of my stuff that I do. Yeah, I do one of these like every month, and just keep adding to it. I also have good news. We are approaching Murder Hornet season. Not yay, very bad. But I checked and I don't think we're gonna have any this year. We had some last year and I was terrified to even leave my house. So the fact that we don't have any this year is very, very good news. Ooh, what are you painting? All right, I gotta clean this up a little bit because this is not as neat as I would like it to be. Is anyone else painting right now? That's very cool. All right, so we have another letter done. I think, do I play Roblox and an animal? That's nice. Do I play Roblox? Sometimes, not often. I haven't figured out how to stream Roblox yet, mostly because I just started actually streaming video games, but I do play it. Do you play it? My favorite game on there is Dress to Impress, which is very fun to me. And I don't ever win on it, but I still think it's fun. Okay, so we have all those colors, and I'm going to put this brush aside for now. Let's see, what's this? Okay. Maybe I'll get a slightly larger brush. And for the next color, what's this brush? I'm not going to use that one yet. I think I want to do green, but now I have all this extra purple, like everywhere. So I actually do have to use it up on my extra canvas. You like playing Dress to Impress too? Yeah, I don't think it's people being mean. I think it's just people's style sense is very different than mine, and also a lot of people have VIP whenever I play. Which I know that you don't need it to win, but like it certainly seems like it helps people. All right, so we are adding, hello, welcome. We're adding more. This is going to be filled up by the end of today, I think. We're just getting the majority of this stuff off of here. And of course, I will be painting something over this as well. I like layering these extra little paintings. Let's see, we got to get some of that pink on there. The more layers with the... Hello, welcome. The more layers I get on this, the better. So this is like layer 1, this whole thing. And then I'm going to add even more. Oh no, it's okay. I definitely don't need any Robux. But if you guys want me to do a Roblox live at some point, I will definitely schedule that in this month so we can go live and I can play Roblox. All right, so we have that. That's a little bit more manageable, and we're gonna wait for this to dry for the most part. And now we're gonna move on to green. Green is another one of those that's super difficult. Greetings from Indonesia. Hello, that's so far away. That is very far away from where I am. All right, so we have green, and I am running out of palette space at this point, but we're just gonna keep going with it. I'm gonna need a good yellow, like a very bright yellow. Because this is almost like a teal colored green, but I want it to be vibrant and dark at the same time. So I'm gonna get one of my bigger paints, not like the little tiny paint. We're gonna get big paint. Yeah. All right, one moment. Let's see. There it is. Perfect. So we have this paint right here. This is probably my favorite yellow paint that I have. And hopefully it only comes out a little bit, because I only need a little bit right now. I'll need more when I do like the orange and all that, but we're just gonna keep mixing. All right, so that's actually greening it up quite a bit. So we just have to keep adding to that. And that is the color I was looking for. This like nice, vibrant, but dark green. And that's the thing. I bought those when I was like, all right, I need to get real paints. I can't keep using the paints that are like 50 cents because I'm making like big art now. All right, so we're gonna do the R first. And we're just going to, basically the trend is just going warmer with each letter as we go up and making it a little bit lighter. Thank you so much. Thank you, I appreciate it. But yeah, we are going up. And I noticed that whenever I do painting lives, a lot more people show up, but a lot more people tend to ask for the Minecraft lives, which is really weird. But I'm more than happy to do both. I'm currently thinking of doing another Minecraft type thing. I don't know if it's going to be like a long form Minecraft on my second channel or if it's going to be like live on here like I had before. I do not have a Discord server. I'm not really well versed in Discord, so I haven't really made one yet. I don't know if there would be any sort of difference between that and here. All right. And so that actually went probably on the best out of all of them. And can I do a name and art? Well, I do take commissions, but currently today I have a strict deadline with this. So I am working on this specifically until I'm completely done with it. And these letters are hand drawn. And let's see, so we're gonna start adding, that is such a good color. I'm glad I found out this color combo. That way I can add it to my other paintings. There we go. And you just got to be careful around the little curves of the letters, especially when you make letters this wavy. There we go. It just takes a little bit of focus. And you can see that it's starting to warm up. Hello, Samantha. And basically, I'm just trying to get as much color on here as possible. I really want this sign to say, yes, we are open, please come in. Because I want people to know that it's open, even though the mural inside is not completed. I will have a long form video about like my whole process getting this business open because it's been a long journey. All right, so we've gotten most of that letter done. And I think I'm gonna put the other green right here. And just start layering it on. We need more yellow. Trying to mix it a lot, just with the brush right here. And basically you just want to follow the shapes without globbing it on. You don't want it to be globbed on. Yeah, you just want it to be as neat as possible. I really do prefer painting on wood board to canvas just because canvases are so like fragile. And it's a sign, so. Oh my God. The Lamar Jackson edits again. What was is that what you're trying to do? Okay. Happy? People have been asking me to do that for like weeks now. And I think it's very funny. I don't understand it at all. I'm not even quite sure who Lamar Jackson is, but I did look it up and there's nothing bad about that trend, so have fun with that. And tag me in it when you do it, because I kind of want to see. I want to see what this trend is. All right. So I actually like this letter better than the last one. I think I want to do like a red one and then also yellow. I think that'll work. There we go. And we are just adding it on. This is actually turning out a lot better than my previous one. And the previous one took like 3 times as long, so I don't even understand that. But we're just putting on more and more paint as we go. And I actually need to make more of that dark color. It's so cool because now I can actually see like, there's like rankings in my lives now, which I did not think would happen. I'm glad that people are starting to watch my videos more. It makes me really happy because I feel like it means that what I'm doing is like people are actually interested in. But yeah, so we've got this nice dark green. And we're just going in and getting all of the edges of these letters cleaned up. There we go. And just going back in on this letter and adding some in so it's not as bad. Let's see. This is what we've got. Hello, welcome. This is what we have so far. I think it's going to need a few more layers, but while that dries, we're gonna start adding on to our bonus painting. But I really cannot recommend enough. Like if you paint, do a bonus painting every month. Just a painting that you can kind of like get rid of the excess stuff on your brush. Just keep layering it on, and every month you're gonna have something beautiful. You really will. So let's put some down here. And let's put some over here. And that's for that color. There we go. Let's see what else we need to do now. I know we need to actually go in with some of that yellowy green at the top of some of these again. So we're gonna do that because I think it's dry enough that we can get away with that at this point. So adding in a little bit more. And now we can move on to the other colors. So let's do like a orange into red. And I actually put this off on here. I have like 30 million projects going right now. A lot of them are YouTube videos that you guys will not know about until probably a few months from now. Because I have like 6 different things going at once, and some of them will become more obvious as time goes on. And that's okay. I mean, it might. I have no idea yet. Some of them are scientific experiments. Some of them are just really weird ideas I've had. And I'm excited to share them. So I actually need a new paint palette. What am I gonna use to put my paint on? I literally just use random scraps of materials as a paint palette because it just uses less waste that way. I'm gonna find something to use for my paint palette. perfect for a paint palette? Not really, but it is a card, so I can actually just paint on it and then send it out as a card when I'm all done. So we're gonna do orange. And I actually want a better red because the red I have in the little one is bad. I'm gonna go get the better red. Let's see, do I have a brighter red? We do. We have a brighter red. And it is this one right here. So we're going to use that as well. I think I had an even brighter red at one point, but I think I may have run out. So we're going to start with a very red orange, just to start off with. We're going to make it just about as orange as you can get it without it actually looking red. And this card will be very cool to send out because people will be like, wow, that's a unique design. But it was just used for painting. So I think that's the most red I'm going to be able to get it without it being like actually red. And we're going to do this big letter F with it because I just feel like there's a lot of space to play around. And that's what we want to do. I haven't actually seen if, so I'm actually going to have one extra letter for some reason because the word Funkatorium has more than an even amount of letters. But we're just gonna add in this nice red color at the bottom. There we go. And we're just gonna keep it exactly like that. This will need another layer. I think yellows and purples tend to do that quite a bit. And we're gonna stop it at around right about up there. And then we're gonna go on to the next letter. Let's get it right there. And let's do the T over here. Yeah, we're gonna do the T. So this is what we've got right now. And then we can also do the M at the very end just to kind of like cap things off and make it look purposeful and neat. Just taking a lot of focus to make sure that it looks that way. Wonderful. And then picking up more. Another thing that will be coming up soon is the bin strip series. A lot of you said you wanted to see, I think, the Columbia one versus Rock Hill. I also saw a lot of people wanted to see a different one, and I kind of am curious which one that you wanted to see. I would love suggestions for places because I probably will plan a few more this year. I'm not sure, and I don't know where. Hello, welcome, hi. I'm not sure where, but if anyone had a suggestion for which one I should go visit and kind of do a review of, let me know. All right, so we are adding the final amounts of paint to this one. And we are gonna go over with a second layer with all of them. Hello. So again, we are making that very red-orange color. And I don't know if this is going to be more orange or the same amount. We're going to add in a little bit more red just to be sure. There we go. You can see the color right there. And yes, my screen protector is still broken. And that's why you can see like those weird phantom things, like you can see it like right there. Hello, welcome. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much. You're awesome. But yes, so we are almost done with this red orangey color. There we go. And we're going to add at the very bottom of this letter as well. Another bins place I was thinking about taking a week or so and doing an entire trip in Ohio. Another one that's on the table is Nebraska. I don't know, and I also could just finish out South Carolina. So if anyone has any opinions on any of those, I would love to know. But those are the three that are basically on the table as of right now. And finishing South Carolina means I don't have to go back to South Carolina. It means that that state is done. But, and that is the closest one too. That is definitely the closest one to me is South Carolina. It's about, yeah, it's the closest one. All right, so here's what we got. We're gonna make a slightly more yellow orange. So basically like a less red orange because it's still gonna be very orange at this point. Like that's a little bit too yellow, so we're gonna need to tone it a little more red, but not as red as the one before. And I'm glad that I can see the colors before. See how that's slightly different? I know it's hard with the super bright light, but it is different. There we go. And we're just adding that in, and yeah, that makes a huge difference to just start slowly bringing that color and making it different. These more expensive paints, they do kind of like peel a little if you don't wait till they're completely dry, but you get them a little bit too dry. But we're still working with it. Honestly, they do give off better colors though than like the apple barrel type paints. All right. And adding more colors. But I wanted to make sure that like the biggest letters on here had the most dramatic of transitions of colors. Okay, so we've got that one. We're gonna go in and do this one, and then we'll probably have to mix some more up in there as well. But these just take a little bit of layering. I honestly think 2 layers will be more than enough, but 1 layer is like almost enough. And I'm still getting it a little bit outside at times, which if I get it quickly, I can just wipe it up with my fingers. And this is not the optimal brush that I want to be using for this. One of the ones that I was using previously was, but I'm not going to get up and wash a brush in between every single go around with color. All right, so we're making more of that orange color. Let's see, oh, this is much more yellow, so I guess I'm just going to put this on here because this is a nice orange color. I like it. I really am fond of yellowy oranges. I think they're super cool. And let's add some more. I just don't want this to get all gunky, you know? right, so then we have to add a little bit more red to get that other orange color that we needed. There we go. And we're just gonna fill this in. It's almost like a coloring book, except it's my own design and it's also painting. So I guess kind of nothing like a coloring book, but it is filling things in, which is good. I'm hoping that these letters are super readable for people. Super easy to identify. All right, and I have thought, and I think eventually I might, and I don't know if this is even possible, but I thought it could be cool, and it would take a lot more time, but if I made some braille tags for the items in my store. I think it could be very cool to do that. I just don't know how I would get those huge tags. But I think if I had some sort of like braille machine, it would make it very easy to do. I think it's like a braille typewriter. I think that's what it is. All right, we are adding more yellow into this. Yeah, so it's a little bit more red than I wanted it to be. I want it to be more yellow at the top, so we're going to have to go in and make a much more yellow-orange. But I still do need to finish the parts that are just supposed to be like the like kind of normal orange. All right, so that's what we got. And finishing that off over here. Bringing it over here. And adding it to all these areas. All right. So we've almost had everything added. Hello, thank you so much. I'm doing really good. How are you? Hello, Jasper, you're back. I am still painting. Still getting stuff done. My goal is to be done with this by the end of today. And I think that I'll probably get done with it a lot sooner than the end of today, but today is the goal. Honk honk. So yeah, here's what we have since you have been gone. We have more letters done. And now we need to make like a very yellow orange. Which this is more yellow, but it's not like the most yellow yet. So we're still gonna add it on. I think that these orange ones and the purple one are gonna need more layers. For sure. There we go. We are adding more. Hello, Amelia. Welcome. We're painting today. And we are about 2/3 done with it too. Thank you so much. I am definitely trying my best and trying to like not have it go everywhere. So I truly appreciate it. But yeah. So we've got. And let's make it even more yellow now. Adding more. There we go. We're gonna keep turning that brush, and I think I want to do even a little bit more yellow. The rest of the yellow and add it in. Thank you so much. Thank you. So that's our yellow color. And this is like probably, yeah, this is gonna probably be like the final color of this letters. But I do need to get some of it off the brush because the brush is way too loaded up. Bye, have a good day. Thank you for stopping by again. I really appreciate it. And I feel like these aren't blending as nicely as I want them to, but they're blending the best that they can, so bye. They're trying their best, little colors. And I'm not sure what can make it different. I honestly think it's just layering. I think if this was oil, it would blend really well. What am I painting? So I am painting a sign for my vintage store. I just opened my own business up in an antique mall, and I need a sign for it so people actually know that it's open, because it is kind of tucked away in a corridor, and that's pretty hard to find. Like, it still is easy to find, but if you don't have a sign, like, you're not going to know it's there. And I did pick that room even though it's like kind of out of the way because it is bigger, and I had a vision for my place. So yeah, that's what we've got. And hopefully it's readable. Bye. Let's see if it's readable. I feel like it will be, and honestly now I'm like, oh man, I picked the wrong letters to do this with, but it's still gonna be okay. I think in the end it's gonna look really nice and it won't matter. There we go. And I guess I got some on my hands. Hello, welcome back. So just trying to get those shapes in, and I think this is my worst brush. Out of all the ones I picked today, I do have worse ones, but for this purpose, this is the worst one. It's not as neat as the other ones, but that's okay. So we only have 2 letters left. This looks a little bit too Scooby-Doo for my liking, and that's the only way I can describe it. Like, it just gives off Scooby-Doo vibes, and I don't... Thank you so much. I don't know, it just to me, it gives off Scooby-Doo vibes. What do you think? I feel like it does. Kind of like, and I don't know if anyone remembers that, but like the whole movie with the spooky island, like it kind of gives those vibes off, and that's not what I'm going for. But neither was the previous sign. The previous sign was just bad. Like, it didn't give off any direct vibes. It just was not very good of a sign. This sign is good. It just is giving off like vibes that I wasn't planning on it to give off. And I think I'm gonna need to let that dry for now. So it's drying. So I think if you walked into a vintage mall and you saw this, you might come in. You might be like, oh, what's that? And let's add some red to the bottom of these letters. just to kind of give them a little bit more dimension. And I may outline all of this with white. Do I usually paint? So I paint about 2 to 3 times a week, and I try to go live with it like once a week because I do like to paint. Sometimes it's commissions, sometimes it's just things for my store. It really depends. Sometimes it's my face. We're adding. And I also just do other, like, I honestly, whatever you see on live is going to be pretty random because it's usually some sort of arts and crafts, or I'm doing something from my store. It really depends. Or I'm doing like video games. Do I have any paintings on me right now? Honestly, no, because I am on a tight deadline with this. But if everybody wants a like painting tour of my favorite paintings I've made, I am more than happy to compile a video of that, because I think that could be fun. So I feel like that does add a little bit of dimension, which we love. We love to see it. All right, so we're gonna take that over to the bonus painting. Well, it's okay, you can just see the video later. I will make a video showing all my favorite paintings, I promise. But we're just adding on to the bonus painting all of this paint from the palette so we don't waste it. And yeah. Am I gonna paint after this one? Today, probably not, because I still have quite a bit to do for my store. I want to be able to be completely ready for the weekend, the busy times at the store. That is probably, and I'm not even allowed in on the weekends because it's so busy and they don't want people like setting up in the middle of that. So I gotta make sure I get all my stuff in before. Yeah, this is just like every month I do a bonus painting. And that's just where all of my like palette work goes. Basically any extra paint that's on my palette. And then after I get all the paint done for the month, I usually draw something or paint something over it. And yeah, this is what we got so far. This is like a week in. But now we get to work on, I think I'm gonna do like a pink, like almost fuchsia to like very pink pink. So we're gonna go in with this right here. How has my day been? My day has really been a little bit busy. I have started a garden as well as a windowsill garden. So I started my day doing that. I also repaired some stuff that I'm going to bring into my store tomorrow. Like I repaired a little old jewelry box. Oh, I forgot this might stick on there. So we're adding that in. That's going to look really good, I think. And then now I'm painting. I did do a layer of white lettering on this like earlier this morning, and now there's pink paint everywhere. So we're just mixing it, making a nice hot pink. It's a pretty dark hot pink though. I want it to be like a little bit more on the pink side. Let's add more of that. And I think I need more of like a pink pink. So I have this baby pink. Thank you so much. I'm glad you are enjoying it. I'm enjoying it too. I'm enjoying getting to spend the afternoon painting and showing you, because it's very fun to paint. So this is the color we have. It's bright, but it's not as bright as I want. And honestly, I don't know how to get neon paint without just buying a neon paint. But we're going to put that in the middle of the letters because I don't know which direction I'm taking this yet. So we're going to paint most of the letter with this color. And I think I'm going to need a different brush. This brush has been causing me so much problems more problems than I want to admit. And I honestly don't like it very much. I think it's a little bit rude. Am I American? Yes, I am. I am living here. I grew up in Florida. I do not live in Florida anymore. I moved out of Florida quite a while ago. Let's try this brush. Let's try this one again. So we're gonna try this. And this does have some purple still in it, unfortunately, but it should be okay. I just feel like this brush is gonna be a little bit better. So we're gonna keep going on with this brush. And yeah, the purple did mute it a little bit, but not too much, not too badly. Not too badly at all. So I think what we're gonna do is the opposite. It's gonna be, you can tell by my accent that I'm American. I feel like there's like 6 different accents to America. Do I like doing lives? I love going live. I think it's one of my favorite things. And it also kind of helps motivate me in a way to like do the paintings, because then I know, you know, the kind of motivation knowing that you've got eyes on you. But I also just like hearing from everyone and hearing how their day has gone. It's very nice. And I like to be able to do that. I love being a YouTuber. All right, so we're adding this in. There we go. I just wish it was more hot pink. I wish there was more hot pink to this. But we are gonna go in with more of like a fuchsia color at the bottom. So we're gonna add that in. I'm gonna need just the tiniest amount of blue, barely anything. I don't mind if very few people are here. I'm happy to be doing it either way, whether there's no people or 100 people or 1,000 people. Doesn't matter to me. I'm just happy to be here. And we mix some more color. And this just doesn't look that bright. I want it to look brighter. Hello, hello Labubu fan. Let me guess, do you like Labubus? Am I saying that right? I feel like I am. Add that over here and add more of this vibrant purple stuff. Very nice. You do. What is your favorite one? Do you have one that you like extra more than the other ones? Well, now that's just muted. Now it looks like kind of gross. How do I get it to be not gross looking again? I don't know what that one is, but I would love to see it. I don't know if I will look that one up after the live is over. All right, I don't know why this looks all muted and gross. It's kind of like a grape purple. Hello. It's a pink one. That sounds really cute, actually. Or it's a pick one. I don't know which one you meant, but either way. Hello, Shane. Welcome. We are doing some painting live. And I think that this needs more like vibrant colors in here. Thank you so much. I am painting a sign for my vintage store. I just opened up at the beginning of the month and it's going really well, except for the fact that nobody really knows it's there. So it needs a sign, and that's what I'm making today. So we're going in and we're going through every single color and putting stuff on there. And right now I'm doing the final letters, and I'm doing kind of like a pinkish type thing going on. It says Funkatorium because that is what my business is called. I named it the Funkatorium because I kind of want to have a lot of like 1970s, 60s stuff in there, depending on what I can source and where I can get it from. All right, so we're gonna see what we can do about some of these purple letters because some of it does not look as good as it should. So we're actually gonna go over top with some of this like fuchsia stuff and add to it. Kind of bring it out a little more, you know? There we go. Thank you. What kind of business is it? So I am in an antique mall and I'm owning a vintage and antique booth. So basically I go and find vintages and antiques and then I repair them, restore them, and bring them in for people to love. What is my favorite color? All of them. I love all the colors. So I guess rainbow? Yeah, probably rainbow because it's all the colors. All right. I feel like that vibrant, but now I need to go back in with a medium purple. Bye! Thank you so much for subscribing. It means so much to me. Thank you, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you. That's so sweet. All right, so we have some medium purple again. We're gonna go in and just gently put that in because I want this to be extra bright. Okay, so here's what we have. I keep showing because I'm trying to like see. I think I do want to do a white outline over everything, but I'm not sure yet. I am not sure. Is it an online business? It is not. It is in person only. I did try to do antiques online for a while, but it just got so exhausting, especially with things could break in the mail and I also really like the in-person format. But I have considered maybe opening up an online store for things that are just impractical, but I'm not sure yet. But for now, it is in person. What is my favorite color? So yeah, it's basically all of them. I don't know what you guys' favorite color is, but I pretty much like all of them. I'm a little bit more partial to yellow and purple. But overall, I would say that every color is a good color. What is my favorite pet? So my favorite pet is my 3 pets. If you're asking type of pet, there's a lot. Like I love fish, but I can't have them because I currently have 3 cats. And the cats are very rambunctious, but I love my babies. They're very smart too. They can do things like open cabinets, turn on and off light switches, which I don't really like that part, but they're very smart and I'm not gonna like be mad at them for just being smart because that's just how they are. What are you guys' favorite pets? You have a tabby cat. Oh, I love tabby cats. I have 2 black cats and a tuxedo cat. And the tuxedo cat is the newest addition and he is the baby. He just turned 1. Yeah, he just turned 1 years old. She's so sassy. No, you're allergic to both your dog and your cat? That's really sad. Have you ever thought about getting a fish? Because I don't think anyone's been allergic to fish before, like a pet goldfish or something. You can't really pet them though because it's actually very painful for them if you pet them. The goldfish, not the cats or the dogs. Thank you. My cat, I think he turned 1 in like March though. But he's almost an adult, or he is an adult. But I noticed that they usually tend to lose their kitten tendencies around 2 years old, which I'm waiting for because he's still very rambunctious. And the other two got a little bit more like mellowed out by the time they turned 2. Which I think he is. Honestly, he was terrorizing us like just a little bit for the past little while, but the closer he gets to 2 years old, the nicer he's getting. Like, he doesn't bite or scratch or anything. He just would like run around and break things at like a really fast pace. So we're adding in a light pink to these lips. There we go. Getting that light pink in there. Yeah, cats really are like that. That's why I wasn't too worried about it. I literally got completely wooden couches for that reason. Hi, Isla. I think it's Isla or Isla. But either way, hello. I'm painting a sign for my vintage shop. It is almost done. I think I am going to outline it in white though, so it's a little bit easier to read. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I should outline it or no? No, don't. Okay, so I have 1 no and 1 yes. Which way did I pronounce it correctly? Okay, I'm getting a lot of outline it. Was it Isla or Isla? Isla. Okay. I was thinking like island. Here we go. Adding in the final bits of pink. I think I will have to go over this one more time. This is actually turning out not so bad. There we go. Adding it in and kind of blending it. And now we have this. Can I try to guess what country you live in? I'm going to guess probably somewhere in the UK. Just because every single Amelia I have known is from the UK. I should add a star to it. I don't think I have a lot of space, but I am going to be making like 6 other signs. So I'm probably going to add stars to those. My wall and mural that I'm making is going to have a ton of stars on it though. I was going to have like an astronaut on roller skates, but that was a lot to paint on a wall that was like probably like 20 feet long. I did? That's so exciting. I don't know, Amelia seems like a very like UK name to me. It's a very pretty name though. Add Bee Gees poster to my shop. If I do find one, I will. I have not found one yet, and I usually just go based on what I find. All right, so we have all of those. I think I will outline it. And this is the only actual white paint that I have. Oh my gosh, everyone's from the UK in my live. What time is it over there? Is it like nighttime over there? All right, so this paintbrush has paint on it. Too much paint for me to even be like messing around with that. It's 8:30. Oh wow, everybody. It's 8:30 in the morning or at night? I have never been over there. I want to though. I really do want to go and see everything from England, Ireland, all those places. I've heard the food's great too, especially like that they have vegan food over there. Living in the US in the South, your options are very slim. You live in the worst city. I'm sorry. Hopefully you can go to a city that you like better at some point. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to use the house paint white, which isn't pure white, but that other one is too thick. An absolute banger selection. Yeah, that, like all the vegan foods, like I heard, especially in Ireland, that the vegan foods are great. Which I would be so excited to try if I went over there. It also just seems really pretty over there. All right, there we go. I am not going to guess any more specifics than the UK because I don't want to accidentally like tell people's location. But all right, so getting these outlines. There we go. So I think the outline is helping. I just need to get more room for where I'm going to put my arm to kind of get these better outlined. And honestly, this is helping a lot. This is going to make it look a lot better than it would if it did not have an outline. So we've got a lot of like Ireland stuff going on. What would you guys say is your favorite thing about Ireland? Where am I from? So I am from Florida, but now I live in North Carolina in the United States. I don't know if like people know about specific states over there, because it's, what's it called? It is a pretty big country, but so I'm still in the South. Basically over here, things are like pretty regional. And yeah, here there's a lot of, hello Noah, welcome. There is a lot of like, honestly, my favorite thing is the area that I live in is technically considered a rainforest. If I go to the right places in the UK, it's pretty, I bet. Honestly, even if there were places that weren't, just to like see something different would be so cool. And I try to go to as many different places as possible. Like a few weeks ago, I went to South Carolina, and the places I went, I did not really like, but it was still cool to see them anyway. And I am not bashing the whole state. I genuinely love Greenville, and I like going there. Half Lithuanian. That's pretty cool. I don't know too much about Lithuania. All right, so I've almost got that entire letter. You can see, does that help? What part of America would you want to visit? Because I still have places I haven't been here. It's a large country. You got to definitely like take time to like explore it. I've wanted to go to Colorado for a while. I think Colorado would be fun. New York. I have not been to New York yet. I'm hoping to go sometime within the next year. Texas. I have been to Texas. I've been to Dallas, and I will say it's very dry out there. Like it's almost like dusty. Like not in a bad way, but like it is dry. It does look very cool though, but it, like even the air has like a different color. I don't know if it varies if you go to a different part of the state. Every restaurant I went to in Texas was actually really good though, so I will give them that. Let's see, so we've got these going. Young Sheldon. Okay, has anyone actually watched that show on TV, or are we all just collectively watching it through like short form content? Because that is the only way that I have ever seen Young Sheldon. And do I paint portraits? I occasionally do. Most of them are either of me or my partner. But if I'm doing them for a commission, I do like pet portraits, human portraits, all that type of stuff. It's definitely not like my first choice because a lot of people have not hired me for that, but occasionally I do portraits. I also do some digital art as well. You watched it with your mom. It's honestly a really good show. Like, we don't have any sort of TV in our house, so a lot of things I watch are online. But from what I've seen, like, it's a good show. And I know they have like another spin-off or something of it. There we go. We're getting some more outlining. You have a crush on Georgie. His character was really funny in the show. There we go. I did not know that was a thing, that everyone is crushing on that guy. Have you guys seen the new show with him in it? I think it's like the one where he like has like a baby. I've seen a little bit of it, and honestly, I think it's pretty good. People do speak like that in Texas. I honestly think Texas is a part of the South. It's a kind of weird middle area because it's not really in the South, but it is. But yeah, depends on where you go in Texas. Over here, wait, I have to sell this right now. Do you guys think I have a Southern accent? Because I definitely need to know. Who is my favorite character? On the second show, probably Mandy's brother. On the original show, yeah, probably either Georgie or the mom or Meemaw. No, it's Meemaw, yeah. That has to be like the clear winner. Clear winner for me. Pretty Eastern American. Okay, so I haven't picked up a full Southern accent yet. I thought that I had one at this point because I definitely sound different from my mom. She's still in Florida. Missy's a good one too. But yeah, no, I feel like Florida accents are a thing. But it's been a long time, and it's like now I have like a weird hybrid accent. So it's very hard for me to kind of get it back to the whole Florida thing. She's in Ghostbusters? I did not know. The old one or the new one? Meemaw is a baddie. All right, so we have almost 3 of them done. That honestly made a huge difference. What is happening? Thank you. I'm glad. I'm really glad they stand out more because I was like, what if it makes it look bad? But I'm glad that it doesn't look bad. So I'll probably actually get this in before the week so then everyone can come and see and be like, hey. But I have a lot of stuff. I am actually putting in my little plus size rack in my store as well. Because I had like a small section, but I want to make sure that I have like an equal amount of like every size. So we're getting a section for that in there as well by the weekend. And I did set up like a table for like crystal stuff, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it. What does it say? Okay. It says Funkatorium. So you can't really read this part yet, but once I get all of that on there, and the letters are jumbled on purpose to kind of give it like that like 1960s, 70s font. Let's get those in there. This is a good brush. That other brush I was using earlier was not good at all. Hi, hello Stitch Girl. Welcome to the live. We are painting a sign today. There we go. I still have not read Heartstopper. Is it good? Like, is it worth reading? Okay, now that I've painted this, now I have to be very careful. And I'm gonna have to go over this with black to kind of separate these two colors, but that's okay. It's a tad cringe, but it's fun. Let your sister do what she wants. You guys are funny today. All right. And rounding it out. There we go. Yeah, this is gonna be just peachy. All right. I'm waiting for this brush to be like, I try my best. I try my best to keep up with it. It doesn't, like, I guess probably because I've been doing it. I've been on YouTube for 10 years now. So it takes a little bit of practice. I haven't been doing lives that long. I think I started doing lives like this year though. Yeah, I've been trying to make it on YouTube for like 10 years, which is a long time. All right, so we have like 4 letters, which is good. And we're gonna take some right here. And someone just dab in the comments. So we're just gonna keep going with it. And keep adding. Thank you so much, Isla. Hello, welcome back, Amelia. We are finishing some of these outlines, making them look nice and crisp. Your mom's an artist? What type of art does she do? Thank Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you think that. You're an artist too. That's awesome. What kind of art do you do? All right, so we got this. But actually kind of, now it's giving a little bit of Subway Surfers vibes. I don't even know how people do that in the lives. How they do like the Subway Surfers on the bottom. I guess like a split screen camera or something. All right. Oh, cool. Wedding photos and cartoons. That is very multifaceted. There we go. Adding in more. That's super cool. Bye, Amelia. Have a good day. That's really cool that she adds paint stuff to it. So it's kind of like a mixed media project. All right, so we are adding more. There we go. And putting on some more on there. Yeah, I think this will really help with people being actually able to see from the side, because when you get up of the stairs or the elevator, it's like right there. Hello, welcome. Hi. How are you today? Today we are painting. We're working on a nice sign. There we go. Do I believe in hedgehogs? Maybe. I think it's a possibility. But do hedgehogs believe in themselves? That's the real question. Draw one. I'm not gonna draw one today because I have to finish this sign. I'm a responsible business owner now. But the next live, I will definitely be considering suggestions. All right, so we have even more. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet today. Thank you. You had to dissect one in science class? That is so sad. I got to opt out of most of those dissections. I think we had to do like a shark once a long time ago, but it was very, very sad. I did not like it. All right. Hello, a shark? Yeah, a shark. And I love Minecraft too. I am probably going to go live on it later this week again. If I do a long-term series, should I do it on live or should I make a long-form video and put it on my other channel? Because I do have a gaming channel, but I'm like, is it even worth it or should I just put everything on this channel? Yeah, I did. It was gross. And it was also pregnant. Hello, you are from Jamaica. Hi. Nope, too many gamers. Well, either way, I'm gonna play online. Like, I'm not discouraged by the amount of gamers. But I think I may keep it to this channel, depending. Yeah, but I think ever since then, like, I haven't had to dissect anything since, and that was a very long time ago. All right, so, yeah, that's way more readable. How am I? I'm doing great. How are you? Are you doing anything fun today? All right, so I think that leaves like 1.5 letters. I think, yeah. Oh no, I got it on the sign. No. Okay, I think I have to flip the sign back over now. And this is what it looked like before. Who would I say my favorite YouTuber? I have a few different ones. So I would say probably have like 10 favorite YouTubers. Now I have paint all over this glass. My favorite YouTuber in terms of Minecraft is probably Waddles, because I don't know how he keeps up with it. Like, he makes a new video almost every day. And I like basically getting like check in to like what the Minecraft news is. I would say some of my other favorites are Tasting History with Max Miller. That one's a really good one, but that's for food. Young Man Cooking is another one that's also food. Let's see, who else? Right now I've been into gardening, so Epic Gardening is another one. And I have to think of more. Who are you guys' favorite YouTubers? Hello. Me? No. Thank you. Thank you. That's very sweet. Okay, but if you like another one though, like if you were to pick a second one. Phase Rugs haunted videos. So is that like a ghost footage and stuff? That sounds pretty cool. And who are the UK YouTubers? I would love to know what's like popular over there. So now we've got some more of this. I want to pool around paranormal stuff. That actually sounds really cool. I think we have some of those people here. Ooh, I forgot that one guy. He's also my favorite YouTuber. I'm blanking on his name. His whole like fan base is called Greg. I forgot what his name is though. I love how I'm like, this guy's one of my favorite YouTubers and I don't remember his name. But I think he's friends with like, I think he's friends with people like Curtis Connor or something. I think his name's like Danny something. Yeah, Danny Rodriguez, that's who it is. You dream about paranormal stuff? Okay, so we got a little bit left to go. This kind of looks like something you might see in an early 2000s aquarium as well. So we're gonna put some up here. There we go. A little more. I might be live tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I am so happy that you spent time with me today. Thank you. And I hope you have a really good rest of your day as well. All right. Little by little. And putting it around the corner. There we go. I'm so glad I can help make your day better. Thank you. I hope that you have a great day. I'll see you again soon. I might be live tomorrow. I might actually be live showing everybody what I'm bringing to the antique store. Like I might be in there showing everyone the new stuff that I'm putting in, and I've thought about making that like a weekly thing. Those types of lives are going to be shorter, genuinely, because people might be walking into the store and I don't want to like film people. I'm basically going to finish it. So I finished this, but did I finish? No, I did not finish it. Once I finish this and then get the little last bits of paint on here, then that should be about it. So I might be on here for like 15 to 20 more minutes. I'm not sure yet. We have a few more lines to do. There we go. And a little bit more lines. And we should probably do inside as well. There we go. And I'm not worried about the back of the sign because honestly it doesn't matter, but this is the sign. I think it looks really cool. And I'm going to leave that down here to dry, and I'm going to use up all the rest of my paint. So we're just going to start going in on it like this. And we're just kind of turning the brush around, getting all the paint off. And then we're just going to take all the rest, so like paint on this palette and the other one. How has my day been? It's been really good. I have been having like a great day so far. And tonight I will probably work on my garden a little bit more. And maybe I will make some pumpkin pie ice cream. I'm not sure yet. But I am making a lasagna, so I know that's in the works. But that's what we got. I like that the colors are getting even more so like bright and full. Adding in some green in there. And I just kind of let these paintings go however they want. Because when you do that, it just turns out really good. You don't really care about the end of how it looks. You just care about the process of adding paint. I like this teal color. This is one of my favorite colors to paint with just because it turns out so opaque every single time. There we go. Adding in some more. And this one I'm kind of just doing like a horizontal look to it. I was adding those little dots in before, but I was like, you know what? We're not going to do that for the rest of the thing. And I feel like the extra paintings just kind of show your mood over the course of the month, which I like a lot. We're going to go in with more of the green. Put some of the green down here. And once I get this base layer of this, then I can actually start drawing on it, adding even more layers. But yeah, I think that I will be putting out the, what time is it here? It's around 4 p.m. So it's like, it's late afternoon, almost evening. And I think you guys said it was like morning or 8 at night over there, which either way is pretty early or pretty late. Adding some more. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to use all of this blue up. That's a lot of blue. But we're gonna try. Maybe we'll go in with like some thick pieces of blue paint. Just like kind of glob it onto the canvas. That might be how we have to do it to get all this paint used up. This paint really does take like all the attention that it can. And we'll put some over here. Hello, welcome. Hi. We're working on the bonus painting. I already did make the sign, but now we're just adding the leftover paint to the bonus canvas. I think eventually when my YouTube gets big enough, I'm gonna like do like a giveaway at the end of every month for the bonus paintings. I feel like that would be a pretty cool thing to do. And like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Either people are gonna enter or whoever was like the top commenter, I'm not sure, but I'll figure something out. But I'm hoping that by the end of this year, I get big enough that I actually can like do this as a career. That's my goal. That way I can just make things full-time. Thank you so much. This is the base layer of it, and then probably next time I paint on live, I will be using the paint to like actually put an image on here of some sort. And we've got most of the blue to a point where I feel like good about it. But I really don't like wasting paint, and that's why I started doing this about 2 years ago. Maybe honestly longer than that, probably like 5 years now. I forget how much time has gone by with all of this. All right, so we have all of that for the most part. And now we go to this palette, which is a little bit more. It's red, so we're just gonna go in and throw down some random spots of red and purple paint. But yesterday I went to a plant nursery for the first time. I was looking for apricot trees because I do want to grow some. And when I was on the way there, they called me and they're like, we can't sell you this apricot tree. And I was like, oh, well, why not? And they're like, well, it may not be healthy, so we're gonna keep it and you can come back in August and we'll give you a healthy one. So I'm like, all right. I still went there anyway. And they had French tarragon, which usually in my area is very hard to find as a plant. So I got 2 of them and they're growing currently right now. So this weekend I'm probably gonna work on my garden quite a bit and get those plants really healthy. All right, so this is the bonus painting as of now. I will be adding more to it. Yeah, so thank you to everyone who subscribed and liked and all of that stuff. It means so much to me and I'm glad I could spend some time with you guys today. All right, I love you so, so much. I will see you next time.